Hello parents and students of the Muroc Joint Unified School District. My name is Kevin Cordes. I'm the district superintendent, and I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. Just as a heads up, if you have students in multiple schools, this video message will be embedded, this exact same message at the beginning of each of the videos, but we have a video provided for each school site. I would like to thank those who joined in with us. We utilize the district office staff and our own children to shoot these video clips. It is intended to demonstrate the policies, procedures that we are putting in place beginning April 12th as we begin to offer in-person instruction again in each of our school sites. For those who are going to utilize our distance learning model, I just want to clarify exactly what that will look like. For students in transitional K through the 6th grade, we will be using a model that is similar to distance learning in the past, where 30 minutes of direct instruction will be provided at a minimum for each of those students by their teacher. But the remainder of the day will be asynchronous work, or work that they will do on their own as if they were an independent study. So every day they will be able to talk with their peers that are doing distance learning and their teacher for a minimum of 30 minutes, and the remainder of the day will be in the other manner. For students who are in high school, or junior high and high school, I should say, 7th through 12th grades, we will be implementing something that's closer to more of a collegiate model. It's easier to do with students who are at older grade levels where the teacher tends to be at the front of the room and teaching. We'll set up a camera, and those students will be able to watch and participate from home. If at any time you are to decide as a family that you would like to switch and perhaps go from distance learning to in-person learning, we will be able to do that for you. Or if you would like to transition back to distance learning, we can do that as well. For those students who are going to attend in person, I want to be very, very clear that we're doing everything we can to keep your children safe, including asking them to join in with us, and you as well. So face mask enforcement will be absolutely mandatory. I would like to consider this kind of for students, this is the first warning of sorts, that we expect them to wear their masks throughout the day. Now, when they're younger, and say in kindergarten, that is a lot different of a discussion than someone who is 17 years old and is a senior in high school. And we'll give some leniency to students who might be younger in our learning. But especially as they get older, we will expect, in fact, we will demand that students follow our safety procedures. Failure to do so will mean that students will have to go into distance learning. We're hoping that students who come to school and choose to do so in person will find it a rewarding and enjoyable experience. It's going to look different. COVID-19 has changed the way that we do a lot of things. We won't be able to include parents in the ways that we have in the past for the next few weeks while we finish out this school year as well. I just want to be clear that every procedure and everything that we put in place is to keep your child as safe as we possibly can. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We're also going to put out a FAQ, or frequently asked questions document, that you'll be able to access on our district website page. If you have any questions after watching the video and reading those documents, feel free to reach out to your site principal for clarification. And your site principal will also be reaching out regarding releases. You'll see in the video that we didn't shoot how each site will be releasing at the end of each day. Our schools on base are all brand new and are still under some sort of construction. Or have been wrapping up. And so those procedures are being worked on as we speak. For those students in Boron, it's usually pretty easy when they go home. They either usually use district transportation, or they walk or ride a bike, or get picked up by a parent, but not a lot of that. So that's pretty normal. That's going to be pretty easy. But for those parents on base, especially at the elementary schools, who will be wondering, where do I pick up my child exactly? We'll be having information coming out to you from your site principal. We're also going to be including some maps in these videos. We hope to be able to clarify in those maps perhaps as well where you might be able to pick up your child. But clarification on pickup at the end of the day will be forthcoming from your child's principal. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. The following map is provided for parents to see the new layout of Branch Elementary School and where students can enter each day. For students that are being dropped off at the Kiss and Go, they will do so at the front of the school. We ask that parents be prepared to have their students exit the vehicle as quickly as they can while being safe. Students will have their temperatures checked. They will be provided with hand sanitation prior to coming into the school. For those students who walk to school or come by other means, they will be able to enter through the front of the school and again have their temperatures checked, receive hand sanitation with touchless hand sanitizing stations that will be put into place by the 12th of April and begin their school day as well. For students who arrive after the beginning of school, we ask that parents please bring them directly into the office in the event that a student is demonstrating COVID-19 symptoms or have a temperature that is above 100.4 degrees. Provided that the student is healthy and ready for the school day, after their temperature has been checked, they'll be provided hand sanitizer and be admitted into the school to start their school day. In each classroom on each desk, a private partition is being provided so that students can have their own separate space, which will allow them to stay socially distanced, but communicate with their peers and their teacher as well. These stations, as well as the desk and all other areas, will be cleaned every single day. In addition to our normal cleaning procedures, every day, all classroom spaces, publicly used areas will be cleaned, and enhanced cleaning procedures will be utilized in classrooms as well, including fogging machines and air ionization units on all of our HVAC units. Thorough cleaning will be implemented at the conclusion of every day by our district staff. At lunchtime, students will be able to come into the cafeteria, remove their masks for eating purposes, remain socially distanced. This is the cafeteria specifically at Bailey. The Branch Elementary School will look very similar, with additional tables and chairs being provided so that students can be socially distanced and spaced out appropriately following CDC guidelines. Students will have the opportunity to eat outside, perhaps if it's available, but most likely will be eating inside the cafeteria. Additionally, each school site has at least one water bottle filler station, and students will have the opportunity at recess time and at lunchtime to be able to go outside and play with their friends. On the day of filming, we chose to utilize the Bailey Elementary School as our backdrop for recess. Although Branch Elementary School has just as vast and wide of a playing space for students to enjoy at that school site as well. In addition to the normal health room that our schools have, a COVID-19 isolation room will also be provided. This is specifically for students who are demonstrating COVID-19 symptoms. In this case, parents will be immediately notified and they will be directly supervised the entire time. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that it has been informative for you. If you have any further questions, we would ask that you please check our FAQs that will be posted, and in addition to that, you can contact your school principal. Thank you for all that you do, and we look forward to seeing you on April the 12th.